pause, and from the stillness of your body, listen. The quiet of a wood is never silent. It is the busy peace of life, the floating song of birds, the reach of trees, the sway of leaves in wind's persuasion, a fullness of cycles where everything is connected. Imagine what this peace becomes when broken into pieces, when trees stand as staves for an orchestra of chainsaws and birds flee into an empty sky. We've made 108 of these yellow cloths to tie round trees, and that represents 108 ancient woodlands whose lives are literally on the line that's been drawn for HS2.
The idea of the installation is it's not just for people to actually walk into the space and see it, but it's to make them think about the loss of those woodlands along the route.
Yellows are often associated with different emotional feelings, or they inspire a certain reaction in you, and in the Indian chakra system there are 7 colours that are associated with different energy points in your body, and yellow is associated with your gut, with here, and this is where anger comes from, this is where action rises, this is where you say, oh, I feel it in my gut, you know, I have a sense that something's wrong or right. It's usually here.
Ancient woodland is woodland that's been around in England for at least 400 years, which is as far as the maps go back. But in many cases, these are woods that have been here for thousands and thousands of years.
People think that you can plant a few trees or a few hectares of trees for every 1 hectare that's removed. And it's not the same, you know, you're never going to get that kind of ecosystem back for another few centuries.
There was a special relationship between the trees, between the soils, between the fungi within those soils, and between the animals that inhabit the woodlands as well. It all builds up into a really special and diverse habitat that no other terrestrial habitat is able to replicate.
I think the use of the arts and of an embodied experience is so important, because we do know the figures and the statistics, but to actually have it brought to life with a single context and to focus on this context in the here and now, and to access emotions through the arts in a very safe way is actually such a huge contribution.
Who will read the roll call of marked woodlands that have no voice, of marked woodlands that are ghosts before their time? Tick. Glyn Davies, Broadwells, Crackley, South Covington, Thorpe Rough, Long Itchington, Burnt Firs, an unnamed wood. Tick. Does the raven overhead, the sparrowhawk, the rowanberry or the aspen root know that life is on the line?
I can't really imagine this place without these trees, without the ground cover, without the bird song.
The idea of this space becoming yet another space that's being cleared by humans, for humans, just makes me feel really, really sad.
New developments and new infrastructure really needs to avoid ancient woodlands at all costs, rather than see them as a sort of dispensable part of the landscape that can be, you know, erased in order to make way for development.
Beneath a single sky, in this one shared earth, for life, each act matters.